I just posted on Facebook about how African and American people are dying and that lives shouldn't be taken or whatever I said. And someone comments like, that implies that not all life is equal and racism and bullshit. So I just want to say, I said what I said. African and American people are dying. That includes Africans, Americans, and people. People is inclusive of all humanity. Why does my Africanness or my Americanness fucking exclude anybody? If we're gonna be honest, the Declaration of Independence say that all men are created equal. And the lie is that we treat people like they are equal. You giving me a chance to have a life or treating me like I'm an animal, that is not equal. That is unequal, divisive, and not inclusive. So let's not act like this Declaration of Independence is some united, all-inclusive bullshit, because it's not. And that's the great white lie that we live under, especially as Black people. So don't you dare come at me when I tell you that my people are dying and then be like, well, my people aren't included in your people. Bitch, yeah, they fucking are. We're humans. We're all under the law of the American Constitution that claims to be about freedom, but what it really is a mockery of humanity. It is a mockery of what makes us people. How dare you create loopholes and justifications so that you can treat me like an animal, so you can use my body, make me run your fields, and then act like I should be a happy slave? Oh, thank you. You let me live. You brought me out of Africa and you brought me to America. I just see the light. Oh, thank you, master. No, fuck you, master. I was fine in my own goddamn country. You didn't need to prune the tree of Africa so that you could spread your wild oats everywhere. Nobody needed your white asses to come and take us out of our country. But then what you do is, oh, I'm pure and all-inclusive because I'm white. My whiteness is everything. I am God and nobody else is God. So you need to be white to be right. White is all the colors combined. That is what our nation is. It is a pure as snow. It is a fresh start. Oh, but if you're Black, bitch, you're an animal. And not only are you an animal, but I'm gonna beat you like a work animal because that's what you are. You aren't alive. You aren't human. You're an animal. And I will treat you like I treat my workhorses. But if I fuck you and I give you a baby, now you're my pet. You're domesticated. I will still fuck you because you're my household, but you are my child and my progeny. So like you are blood of my blood and flesh of my flesh. You do as I say. I believe that the Bible has been perverted and used to make the white man our God, and fuck that. My mom is my God, my dad is my God, and I'm so pissed off of trying to pretend that I care what white people think. I've been living as though as a white person when I'm a Black fucking person. I am a Black ass motherfucker. And if you are mad about it, good. Be mad. Get mad. I want you to come after me and tell me why my life is less valuable than any other human on this earth. Why anytime a Black person complains that Black people are dying, you have to be like, well, my people are dying too. Well, fuck you because your people are treated as people and my people are treated like dirt. And I'm a woman, so now I get to be treated like, oh, you're weak, you can't do anything, but you work us like animals because you know we're just as capable. White women get to be the damsels and the distresses in their little white ivory towers. While I'm out in the fields, I'm too busy living my life like it's golden to worry about your fucking petty snowflake bitch ass, and I get to be treated like I'm a workhorse. The problem with the conversation in this country is that Black women are too busy raising their kids, putting food on the table, being loving, and treating people with goddamn respect to have this conversation with these ignorant ass white peoples who are so caught up and hung up on this trauma, the trauma that their ancestors created, that instead of being like, damn guys, we've been fucked up. We treated you like animals. We acted like you weren't human. And instead of having the balls, the audacity, the courage to be like, let's honor that slavery was a thing, we treated you like animals and we're ready to stop. No, you're like, slavery didn't happen. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you know, life is just a moment in time and like you just shoot your shots and do this or whatever the fuck. Fuck you, Becky and Annie and any white name I can think of, because everybody knows what your name is. And even if it's something ridiculous, they will pronounce it. Like Hassan Minaj was talking about Timothy Chalamet and whoever the fuck. Nobody cares about black people or brown people or people of different religions other than Christianity. If you're a Muslim, you're automatically treated like you're a threat to our existence. Why? Why is all living life a threat to whiteness? Because whiteness doesn't exist. It's a fucking color diagram. That is the great white lie that we're living into. Whiteness is not uniting. It's divisive. It is not the thing that we want to be. It is like the light, and yeah, the light will bring things up that you aren't okay with. But if the face of another human being scares you, if the color of my skin is associated with black as the shadows, the void, the thing in your psyche that you're afraid to admit, because if you honored black people as whole human beings in their own individual right, you would have to honor that you haven't been treating us right. You haven't given us equal opportunity. You haven't been educating us and teaching us how to get out of slavery and into the wealthy house, because you're fucking selfish and greedy. You think you're entitled to the labor of our bodies? Fuck you. You are not. You don't even deserve to have a gaze into our lives and our minds and our hearts. Why are we always pandering to white people? Because black people are too fucking busy living the life that white people are afraid to live. They're trying to hold on to the past and be like, oh, the glory days. Oh, this. I'm not going to honor that this came from our sins. I'm just going to hold on to these moments and cling to it because death is coming. When you have no soul, of course you're afraid of death because you know you're going to hell. You're afraid of judgment. Fuck you, you're going to hell if you think that killing any person is fine. It's never fine. But we need those institutions to be alive. So like racism, all the 7 isms of oppression are bullshit. They're stories. And if you would just learn to live life instead of having your thumbs up your asses and your crying in your mouths and whatever the fuck it is that you do, where you think you could look at black people and emulate the magic that is having a soul, being connected to the sun, understanding that life is a forward march, not out of fear or anguish. We dance because we're proud and we know we come from royalty. I was told I come from black queens and royalty in Africa. I was also told that I live under a monarchy. So I felt like I haven't belonged, and people wouldn't accept me as black because I spoke too properly. I was too articulate. I was too educated to be a black person, and then I tried to be educated and I was just too black to be a white person. So no matter what the fuck I do, I don't fit in. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? Why am I such a problem? The problem is your pansy asses think that you're protecting yourselves, but you're not. If I call you out, like if I say what you did hurts me, it hurt. Stop trying to act like it doesn't. Like, get the fuck out of my face with this bullshit. Like, I'm a black person and I'm proud. And if I need to have like a mini African nation within this country to be like, bitch, I was born here. I have sovereign rights. Like, honor your fucking laws instead of acting like I don't. Well, I'm just excited that I'm the type of leader who's going to create leaders of black people, and we're going to rise up and have our own nation, and we'll take control if we must, but we're not, because I don't give a shit if you have a bunch of money. I don't care. Your wealth does not intimidate me. I am not afraid. If your knowledge were your wealth, then it would be well earned, but you earn your shit off the labor of other people. Do you really know what it's like to work hard, to break your back, to like put effort into cultivating something, to nourishing seeds? Because that shit sounds like you don't. You think you get instant rewards, but those were the fruits of other people's trees. So when we can honor that you don't know what the fuck it is to be alive, what it is to work hard, that labor can't be love when you don't know how to labor. And I'm not even, like, I'm mad, like I'm super mad, but the thing that just pisses me off is that y'all act like us excluding you excludes you. It doesn't. Black is the all-inclusive. Black people have to deal with all the shit. White men haven't had to deal with shit. We call you mediocre and you're like, oh my God, I'm mediocre. Like, yeah, you're fucking mediocre. I have to work twice as hard as you for half the fucking credit. And even when I do a good job, I still could get fired because people don't like me. I'm black. I'm this. And that's not to say that people have done that, but it's just fucked up that it's like, You act like your life is at stake because of my existence. But when I tell you you're hurting me, you are killing me, my family is not safe to walk the fucking streets, and you want to act like I'm excluding you? Well, do you feel uncomfortable walking the streets? Are you afraid that someone just can be like, white person, let me run? If not, then you don't know what the fuck we are going through. And fuck you. And if you are any of the things that you're a minority, you're never inferior. That's the bullshit. My color, how much money I have, whatever, all those things, those are nothing compared to the soul that is within me. That is why we live on soul food. That is why we're connected to the earth. We understand that we are blessed to get a meal, and we really appreciate that shit because it could be gone in a second. So why would I be afraid for my life when all you have done is act like I have none? And thank God I was raised by white people and black people and the ability to know the difference between people who care and understand community and family and people who put up a farce and act like they care about people, but they don't. You don't know what love is. And if you did, you would realize how fucked up you are. And I'm just mad that like I get it to an extent, but damn, like really? Get your lives, please. And like realize that like all life is equal and sacred and holy. That like if you were killing for food, that'd be one thing. If you were killing because of like the balance of life, that's another thing. But to just kill for the sake of killing because you're afraid, because they did something wrong, killing is never justified for any of these arguments. Killing is a question. And the answer is no. Don't kill me. Don't shoot. Don't do anything. Fucking white people, you need to learn no. It's rejection. It hurts. But sometimes it's for your safety and protection. Sometimes it's because it hurts and it doesn't feel good. Just because you say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. All things hurt. Words can hurt. You get so hurt by fucking words, it doesn't make any sense. Like, chill the fuck out and honor that, like, life is life. Even if I say a white life was taken, would people be so upset? But I say a black life and all of a sudden it's divisive. Yeah, because we're different. We are not the same. We are different, but we're externally different. The differences are skin deep and psychological deep. So if you aren't ready to understand and hear, yeah, I'm a black ass motherfucker and my life is a no. No, you can't have my life. No, you can't take my body. No, you can't keep profiting off of me and my existence and acting like I don't exist. Fuck you. And like you, as in that ego that you are so caught up on thinking is you because you're not a white person. You are a human being. You are a magnificent work. You are so much more than you make yourselves out to be. You're not the time that you have. You're not the things. Like the things are not the things we're here to covet and love. The things we're here to love are the relationships and connections that we cultivate with other people. And it takes time, and it takes trust, and it takes respect, and it takes nurturing. But common human decency is like, hey, that's a black woman. Cool. That's a white man. Cool. It's a white woman. Cool. It's a black man. There's nothing to fear. We are too busy trying to save ourselves to worry about you and whatever the fuck is going on in your goddamn heads. Realize what's here isn't necessarily the same as what's here. If you're afraid, you are not going to operate in your right mind. So once you get it through your head, I'm white, I'm black, I'm whatever the fuck is going to come from you, it's a reflection of your own fear, of your insecurity, and how you know that you are inferior and you are never superior. But at the same time, if you realize that it's a collective, we are all one. We are truly united. If you treated that as law and you lived by it, you would understand that namaste isn't just some catchphrase to make you feel good. You would really sit there and be amazed at the divinity that is standing before you instead of being so stupid. You just spit upon life. You don't know what life is because you're too afraid to live it fully, love hard, and just accept that not everyone's going to be your people. And that's okay. Because the right people will come.